Hey everyone, so today's video is going to be a little bit different. I'm starting with a full face of makeup, but I'm going to show you the step-by-step on how I got to this look. We are going to be talking about the Lemare foundation, their concealer, and their powder. Off the bat, let me tell you that all of the products I'm about to talk about were gifts from Lemare. They sent it to me. That's why this video is not just about the makeup, but it's also a giveaway for you guys, because I wouldn't have gotten these products if it wasn't for you. So watch the whole video and I'm going to give you 2 opportunities to win today. First, let's talk about the products that we are going to be applying. The first product that I'm going to be putting on is their Lemare Soft Fluid Long Wear Foundation with SPF 20. I am actually the color Ivory. One thing I did note is I did use the wrong color and it looked terrible on my skin. Like it looked kind of like blotchy and it just looked really weird, and I was like, no way can this be right. I finally got tested and I was actually not the color I was using. So I am Ivory. So that is what I have on today, and I'll walk you guys through it. One thing to point out about the foundation is I know it's $110 for 1 ounce, which 1 ounce is a normal size for foundations, but $110 you might think, oh, that's a little expensive. You have to remember, it's not just the foundation you're paying for, but they actually put miracle broth in the foundation. So it's kind of like a skincare and a beauty product all in one. Kind of like their primer, the perfecting treatment. It's like a beauty product, but it's also skincare. I have worn this foundation on multiple occasions, and it does say it is long wear, and I can tell you for a fact that it is. I have taken plane flights with it, I have goofed around all day using it, and by the end of the day, my skin still looks amazing. I know they also do have a foundation brush. Personally, I just use anything I have in order to put it on, and it still turns out really nicely. Also, one thing I do want to mention is I know there's a lot of people out there with like beautiful studio lighting and everything that they shoot these videos off. I have to tell you, I'm just sitting here on my floor in front of a window. So this is natural light. There's no extra lighting or anything fancy. And I'm actually shooting this off of my iPhone. So what you see is what you get. There's no filters or anything going on here. This is it. On top of that, they also have a concealer. It's a little stick concealer. What I've noticed with this one is it's amazing for covering up blemishes or areas you want to hide, like I get a little red around the nose. It does an amazing job of covering. Since it is a stick, I actually prefer either using a brush to apply it or actually using my finger to warm it up and then apply it where needed, and then either using a beauty blender or something to blend it out. But I'll show you guys that in the tutorial. Their stick foundation, I am shade Very Light, and this little guy runs for about $75. Again, with this concealer, you're also getting the miracle broth in there as well. I would consider this a full coverage concealer. So if you need to cover up some spots, or you, of course, want something to last all day long, this little baby will do the trick. Last but not least, this is the Lumiere Powder. It does run $95 for this little tub, and it is 0.28 ounces. So just so you guys can get an idea of how much that is, like this is actually a pretty heavy container, but 0.28 ounces is this big. So inside this container right here of Lumiere is this much powder. This is actually the Mercier. This is just like their little travel size sample package. I do think that these two are very similar because they both kind of give you that glowy look in the end. This one's actually 0.3 ounces and this one's actually 0.28 ounces. So just so you guys can get an idea of how much is actually in this tub. So again, $95, and it comes with a little puff. In the tutorial, I'll use a little puff, I'll use a brush, and you guys can get an idea of how they're used. I do love these products, and as you guys can see, my skin looks like regular skin, but it just looks healthier and it's glowing and it's kind of lit from within, as they like to say. I like that it doesn't look airbrushed or fake or flawless or really thick on my skin. Like I can still see my skin, it just looks better. And I love that. So let's jump right into the tutorial and I'll show you guys how I achieved this look and talk to you guys more about the giveaway. Alright, so let's jump in. First things first, I already put the primer on and you guys know that I love the perfecting treatment. So I have the perfecting treatment from Lemare as my primer on my eyes and all over my face. And next up is now we need to put on the foundation. My foundation color is Ivory. It is number 02. It is their neutral light color. Directions are to shake it very well before using. I have to say it is so important that you actually get the right color. I was using the wrong color. So this is porcelain, which is actually sold out online. I'll tell you what, I've used it once and I definitely knew it was not my color, so I have used a little pump. If you guys are color porcelain, chat me below. I'll do a giveaway. You guys can have this one. I hate to see it go to waste. I am definitely not porcelain. So if you go get color tested and you find out you're porcelain, chat me below. This little baby is all yours. $110 gift. The way I like to do it is I like to pump it on the back of my hand. So I'm going to do 2 pumps right there. Kind of warms it up a little bit. And then I kind of put little dots all over my face. I'm just going to take it and dot it on my face. All right. And then this is just my go-to foundation brush. This is just a Morphe brush. I absolutely love this brush. So now I'm just going to stipple it into my face. Wow. I mean, it's a very dramatic difference. My face is very red typically, and now with one little dot going all the way around, and I still have tons on my hand. Probably 1 pump would get me where I need to, but out of habit, I always put 2 pumps on my hand because every other foundation takes 2 pumps. So 1 pump would probably do my entire face, but I am also going to take this a little bit down my neck as well to make sure it blends nicely. It is a long wear foundation and it really does hold up. It's weightless. I don't feel like I'm wearing makeup all day long. This actually just looks like skin to me. If you can, like, you can see my skin underneath it because I just put 1 quick layer on. You can build this up. Like sometimes I get very red around the nose, so I can always add a little bit more and then dot that in. They do have a concealer. In the concealer, I'm shade very light. Can you see why I thought I was porcelain? And it is a stick foundation. I find stick foundations amazing for coverage. If you have a tiny spot that you want to cover, maybe it's a little zit, like using a tiny little brush is always really helpful for those. But for just covering under the eyes and for me, like around the nose, I just like to dot it on. See how quickly that goes on? Covered, not covered. Get a little bit more. And from here, you can go multiple ways, depending on how you like to put your makeup on. You can take it all the way down if you want to. Like some people I know like to make that dramatic effect and they'll take it down their nose and across. You can see right away that's changing the appearance of my face. And just to even it out, I can do the same on this side as well. For me personally, I always like to put a little bit around my nose because that is the first spot I get red. And it's always really hard to keep makeup on your chin. It's very thin skin there. So you lose makeup on your chin and around your nose the quickest. Now it's time to blend. Again, you can use any brush you want. Some of us like the Beauty Blender, like me. I love the Beauty Blender. But just to show you how easy it is to use, I'm actually going to use that same foundation brush. And now I am just going to stipple in that concealer because it is just that easy to use. This is not high maintenance makeup. I even put the foundation on with just my fingers because I wanted to see how easy it was to use. And again, it just went on flawlessly. And again, I'll just stipple this around, making sure it looks beautiful. So now, nice little close up. I have foundation and I have the concealer. I just love it. Every time I wear it, like I'm just a little bit more confident when I'm like walking into a room or in a meeting or anything like that. Like I'm just like, I got my A game. So again, foundation, concealer, and last but not least is their powder. So their powder actually does have like a luminous finish to it. It's very lightweight. It comes with this cute little powder puff that you can use to kind of like pat it in under your eyes. So I will start by using the powder puff under my eyes. And then what you can do is actually just take little puffs of it all over, and then you can either blend it in or you can just pat it in all over, whatever type of coverage you want. But then I always like to bring a little bit under my neck. So again, this is just a regular Morphe brush. And I'm just rolling it underneath my neck. And then I like to go around and pick up any loose pieces. Skin, but just glowing skin. All right, so that is how I achieved this look. I want to give you guys a second chance to win. If you've watched the whole video, you've already seen one chance to win in this giveaway, and now I have a second. All you have to do is go to the Lumiere counter and find out what shade you are in their foundation. So once you find out what your foundation color is for Lemare, chat me below and let me know, and I will draw one lucky winner. And so again, subscribe, chat me below. It's all you have to do, and I will pull a winner. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. You guys are the best ever, and I promise there'll be so many more giveaways to come. This is just my first one of many. I'll talk to you soon.